the TTG Spain Fest Masterclass on Island Escapes. I would like to welcome today Arminda Delgado, who is the UK and Ireland representative for Lanzarote, and also Katerina Bumstein, who is the UK and Ireland representative for Gran Canaria. So thank you both for joining.
Thank you.
Both Lanzarote and Gran Canaria are known for their beach breaks, of course, but there is plenty more to discover beyond the beach. So while we will touch on beach breaks briefly at the beginning, we'll be looking more closely at the hidden inland gems and off the beaten track experiences, as well as activities and places to visit that benefit both people and the planet. So a sustainable angle as well. If you do have any questions throughout the masterclass, please do type them into the chat box. We will have an agent Q&A at the end, so plenty of opportunities for Arminda and Katerina to take your questions. So Arminda, I'm going to come to you first and ask why Lanzarote is largely thought of as a beach destination by Brits, and why is it important for travel agents to know that there is more to the island than just its amazing beaches?
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Well, Lanzarote has always been seen as a sand and beach destination. There are beautiful beaches with golden sand and turquoise waters in both Lanzarote and La Graciosa. Some of them are protected areas. The ones situated in the resorts also have all the facilities and services for the families, plus the warm temperatures all year round make Lanzarote an ideal sand and beach destination. But as you said, there's more to the island than just its beaches, like the culture. When you visit the art, culture, and tourism centers designed by local artist Cesar Manrique, where art and nature go hand in hand, or the delicious gastronomy like the fresh fish, veggies, goat cheese, etc. The landscape, the volcanic surroundings, and white houses with green or blue windows, and of course, sports that can be practiced outdoors all year round.
Okay, fantastic. And Katerina, am I right in thinking tourists flock to the south of Gran Canaria for its beaches? And why are you keen for agents to know more about the island in the north, beyond the beaches?
Well, first of all, we have to have an account. We're a beautiful island, so we have beaches all around the island. You have amazing golden sand beaches in the north as well, also volcanic pools and secluded amazing beaches, very romantic. So when you go to the north, that doesn't mean necessarily that you are off the beach. The island itself is known as a continental miniature. It has a variety of landscape, from the golden sand dunes in the south, as we know, Maspalomas dunes. It's also has a beautiful, beautiful inland, far-reaching views, volcanic landscapes, and it's like a Grand Canyon in the center. 6 million years subside at the center of the island, creating absolutely amazing, breathtaking landscapes. And also Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, the biggest city of the Canary Islands. It has a cultural offer, beautiful hotels, restaurants, and of course the beach as well. So if your clients stay in the southern resort, they simply will be missing on the best beach of Gran Canaria, and it's a shame. We would like them to have amazing, memorable experience.
Of course. So let's talk in a bit more depth about some of those amazing experiences that clients can have beyond the beaches. Firstly, I'd like to ask about the historic and cultural discoveries that visitors can find in Lanzarote and Gran Canaria. So Arminda, would you like to talk about Lanzarote first and history and culture that the visitors can expect to explore?
Yeah, sure. There are some castles around the island that can be visited, like the Castillo de San Jose in Arrecife, which is a contemporary museum and a finest restaurant. And as I just mentioned, there are culture and tourism centers like Jameos del Agua, which is a museum that was created in a volcanic tunnel. It was declared as a site of scientific interest. It is home to 77 endemic species and a natural auditorium for 550 people.
Amazing. And Katerina, what about on Gran Canaria? What about culture?
Yeah, Gran Canaria at the center of the island, the summit has been declared a World Heritage Site because of the two mountains, Bentayga, rock and rock and nublo in all the complex of Risco Caído is called. It has an amazing significance for the indigenous people, and it's a symbol, indigenous symbol of Gran Canaria. It's above the 2,000 meters high above the sea level, and it's just amazing. And also Gran Canaria has the biggest archaeological heritage of all Canary Islands, with archaeological sites. Maipes, Painted Caves, Cenobio de Valerón. There are amazing places, so much history and also beauty. And the most important, when you go there, you will be contributing in preserving the landscapes and also helping their archaeological sites to continue their work, because they are self-funded. And this is important as well. You can visit Canarian Museum. It's absolutely incredible place with the biggest collection of artifacts of Aboriginal people, and also Columbus House, where all the history of New World discovery is explained in a very interactive way. So there are much more than sand and beach in Gran Canaria in the history side, especially.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. Okay. So moving on to kind of the culinary and gastronomic highlights of Lanzarote and Gran Canaria. What's awaiting visitors when they choose half board or even self-catered accommodation on the island? I mean, I'm thinking here we could talk about food-focused activities such as cooking classes, foodie museums, notable restaurants, tasting experiences. There's just some of the ideas that I thought off the top of my head. Arminda, what is there for foodie clients on Lanzarote?
Well, I always recommend to visit the Timanfaya National Park, where you can contemplate one of the largest volcanic activity in the world. As the volcano is dormant, food can be cooked with its heat at El Diablo restaurant, which is a must-do experience. Or you can also try a cactus burger at the Cactus Garden. And of course, there are also lovely restaurants around the island serving local food. You cannot miss La Jeria, the wine growing region on the island. There are many wineries, and you can try the white wine, which is very popular and has a nomination of origin.
Amazing, thank you. And Gran Canaria, what is there for foodie clients, Katharina?
So Gran Canaria is actually paying lots of attention to the gastronomy in our sustainability development project. So we have defined 4 different ways of enjoying our gastronomy delights. First would be from the land, directly from the land, visiting fincas and plantations. We have coffee plantation, all fruits, tropical, subtropical fruits, cheese making. We have a banana museum, beautiful banana museum, which is a plantation with all kinds of banana and banana delights as well. You can try there. And of course, you cannot leave the island without trying signature honey rum. And the Arucas distillery is worth visiting as well. So this is the first way of enjoying the gastronomy. The second will be in the small taverns, where all around the island, where you will have a very simple menu, but always prepared from the most freshest ingredients. And it's a very authentic way of trying the local gastronomy. Also, Gran Canaria is part of Tasting Spain project, where we premium the young chef to use the local ingredients, traditional recipes, but with a modern twist. So you can go to the gastronomic markets with small stalls where they prepare the tapas on site. And of course, the more sophisticated way of trying our gastronomy will be in Michelin-starred restaurant. There are 5 Michelin-star restaurants on the island and 10 restaurants in the Michelin Guide. So this is 4 ways that I think simplify our gastronomic project. And also in the resorts, we have extremely interesting case. So in the resorts as well, within the half-board accommodation, they will be able to enjoy our gastronomy and the most freshest ingredients, because most of our hoteliers are local family that has been dedicating to the land, to agriculture, and now they're coming back to their regions. And Lopesan hotels, for example, the big hotels, well-known hotel chain on the island, they have their own plantation, finca, of 6,000 acres of land, all with the fruits and veggies, and they supply directly to their hotels, which is incredible. So the visitors will not escape our gastronomy, and will be absolutely amazing if they try and investigate all the experiences in the different way.
Amazing, lots to choose from. And talking of the locally run experiences there, Katerina, what kind of accommodation or other activities can tourists choose that really make sure that their money contributes to the local economy and supports the local communities in Gran Canaria?
So there are a wide array of accommodation, rural nature accommodation on the island, and also we have cave houses. You will not believe there are cave hotels as well. So they're so beautiful. For me, it's worth visiting. They are like manor houses, rehabilitated in a beautiful, beautiful landscapes, like within banana plantation, or just the amazing far-reaching views of Parador, for example, Parador Cruz de Tejeda. So the offer to enjoy the nature is amazing, and it's good for nature lovers, and also active holidays, walking, cycling. All these experiences are possible on the island. So it's another way to enjoy Gran Canaria in a more sustainable way.
Fantastic. And Arminda, what about on Lanzarote? What are the kind of locally run experiences or accommodation activities that visitors can choose that gives back to the local community?
Yes, mentioned before, by visiting local restaurants, wineries, the art, culture and tourism centers, sports activities, etc. This way you are contributing to the local economy. All of them can be seen in our website, which is turismolanzarote.com.
Okay, brilliant. So we've talked about a little bit how visitors can be more socially conscious when they visit the islands. But what about more environmentally conscious? Can we talk a little bit about the outdoor adventures that are on offer in Lanzarote and Gran Canaria that don't harm, or even that support and give back to the environment? Arminda, shall I come to you for Lanzarote first?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Lanzarote was declared a biosphere reserve destination by UNESCO in 1993, and the island is constantly working in sustainability actions. In 2015, Lanzarote and its islands were declared as a geopark by UNESCO. There are also hotels that are committed to sustainability that have obtained the Biosphere Sustainable Certificate. You can rent a bicycle to visit the island, or you can also rent an electric car. You can practice kayaking or running and also trekking. There's a path by the sea from Costa Teguise to Puerto del Carmen. So you can either walk or you can run. It's a very nice, route. And another outdoor activity is visiting the wineries or even the aloe vera farms.
Okay, great. So, Katerina, what about on Gran Canaria? What are the kind of outdoor adventures that support the environment and just really environmentally conscious?
To the activities I already mentioned, I would like to add stargazing destination. Gran Canaria is certified starlight destination, and it's becoming very popular. Actually, it's all connected, isn't it? Environmental and social sustainability, because, for example, the stargazing routes, you do a walking, it's a gastronomic experience, then you observe the stars, so it's all connected all together. And also I would like to mention that Gran Canaria is known as open air gym. We have fantastic events, sporting events, that allow to discover the island in a very sustainable way while you are enjoying your preference sports, like, for example, trail running. Trans Gran Canaria, they cross all the island in 3-day running. And then cycling events, walking holidays, walking festival. So it's a really great agenda for the sport lovers as well. And I think it's amazing. It's good for your health and it's good for nature as well.
Brilliant. Okay. And Katerina, I also wanted to ask you briefly about electric cars on Gran Canaria. Is the hire of electric vehicles becoming more viable? Are there enough charging points to make using electric vehicle a realistic option? And can you mention any companies that are currently got some electric vehicles in their fleet?
Yes, obviously it's growing. The numbers of chargers are growing, and we had as well some companies, they try to do all the route around the island without charging, so the technology is also helping and improving this point. And it's only one part of our Gran Canaria sustainability program. So Gran Canaria Tourism is helping for free to all the tourist company on the island to certify in these 17 global sustainability goals. And we have 50 companies already certified, and more companies are working. And it's not only hotels, but all around the global tourism experience, So it's an exciting project. And our hotelier, they're doing so well in energy and hydraulical efficiency, also in circular economy. They use their own farms for the wind energy and solar energy. They work as well in personal staff retention, and very important is equality of opportunities. So 40% of all the high-level position in tourism are occupied by women, which is fantastic. So many companies are working. We are all working together to achieve the sustainability goals on the island.
Fantastic. Thank you, Katerina. And Arminda, Katerina mentioned sports tourism briefly there. I think sports tourism is pretty big on Lanzarote. Can you talk a little bit about the kinds of sports that the agent's clients can get involved with when they visit Lanzarote?
Yes, it is. So some years ago, we created a sports product called European Sports Destination, as Lanzarote is an ideal destination for practicing sports all year round. So you can dive, play golf, do biking, trekking, sailing, etc. So you've got all the options. There are also many hotels with all the facilities and services for the sports lovers around the island. Also, over 40 sports events and competitions are organized throughout the year. For example, the Ironman.
Okay, great. Sounds fun. And Katerina, I wanted to ask briefly about city breaks on Gran Canaria. Is it possible to have a city break on the island? And if so, tell us about the kind of destinations or accommodation activities that might appear on a city break itinerary.
So Las Palmas de Gran Canaria is a great city break. It's also a cruise port, but as a city break, it's established itself quite well, and it's in the brochures of big tour operators here in UK. Las Palmas de Gran Canaria and city break brochure of Jet2 holidays, for example. It offers everything. It has a beautiful beach, 4 kilometers, Golden Sand Beach, protected by a volcanic natural reef. Also, the historical part, the old quarter, is just beautiful with the historical buildings, but also small cafes and restaurants. There are museums. Cultural offer is amazing. But the most important as well, it's a great base for exploring the northern part of the island. So I really recommend that. And in reference to the hotel, the offer is not only along the beach, but also in new boutique hotels in the old quarter. I absolutely love it. It's like beautiful senior houses done in a very tasty way. It's a new offer. So please go and check. Be cordial. They have like 3 hotels there. Obviously, there are much more hotels, but it's a beautiful offer for your clients. And also ultra luxury Santa Catalina Royal Hideaway Hotel. It's actually the first hotel properly built on Canary Islands in 19th century by the Brits. It's a palace-style hotel. It's like Gran Canaria Ritz. And it has been refurbished, completely redone by Barceló Group. And it's located in the area called Ciudad Jardín, garden suburb, also developed by the Brits in 19th century. And it's gorgeous, gorgeous sofa. And they have 2 Michelin star restaurants. So it's very good for Twin Center as well.
Amazing. Yeah, it's great to hear that the island can do a city break as well as the beach break. Okay, so I've got one more question before we move on to the agent Q&A. I wanted to touch briefly on marketing and how to market Lanzarote and Gran Canaria. What advice or selling tips do you have for agents who are wanting to sell breaks to Lanzarote and Gran Canaria, and what would you say is the best way to encourage clients to venture beyond the beaches, to get off the sound lounges and explore more? Arminda, should I come to you first?
Well, I will suggest the agents to recommend their customers not to book an all-inclusive holiday, so they can visit Lanzarote, they can discover the island because it's a unique island. So the best way to encourage clients to venture beyond the beaches is by explaining them, I think, what can be found on the island, their unusual landscape, the mouth-watering local gastronomy, and also the wines. And it's a haven to practice outdoor sports and a unique island to enjoy and to return to. And this, a worldwide reserved destination will surprise everyone who visits it. So I will encourage them to visit the island and not just to stay at the hotel.
Okay, brilliant. And Katerina, what about Gran Canaria? What are your tips for marketing?
So I always suggest travel agents to recommend multi-center holidays in Gran Canaria. So the idea is when you arrive to the island, first go to Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, stay a couple of days there in one of these charming hotels, as already explained in the old quarter, for example. Then to stay one night in the Parador or on the very top of the island. And only after that to go down to the south just to relax and to enjoy sun and beach in a very, relaxing way with the spas and relaxing experience. But the first day is to dedicate to more active and discovering holidays before you get to the beach.
Brilliant. Sounds lovely. Get all the adventure and relax at the end. Fantastic. Thank you, Katrina, and thank you also, Aminda. We are going to move now into the agent Q&A. So viewers, if you have any questions about Lanzarote and Gran Canaria and selling holidays for the destinations, please do type them into the chat box, and we will get to them in a second. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Katerina will be joining us very shortly. We don't have any questions just yet, but I have a few up my sleeve. Aminda, I wanted to ask if we have any new hotels or attractions that are due to open on Lanzarote in the next few months or year.
Yeah, there's a new hotel that is being built at the moment in Playa Blanca in the south of the island. I'm still not sure about the name, but I think it's gonna be either 4 or 5 star hotels and a very nice one for sure. And also, we've got a new viewpoint in Aria, and then you can see the sea and some mountains, so the landscape is very beautiful.
Okay. Do you have projected opening dates for those? Or months?
Yeah, the viewpoint is opened already. I'm
Viewpoint's
not 100% sure about the hotel. Yeah.
Okay,
But I
great.
can tell you that at the moment I'm in Lanzarote. I'm working here for a few days and then I will be on holiday and the weather is lovely.
Oh, great. It's not so bad in the UK either. I also want to touch on events and festivals in Lanzarote. Do you have any kind of annual events, festivals that the agents can tell their clients about, maybe hook into a stay?
Yeah, we've got a few of them. So we've got one taking place in Arrecife, which is very popular as well. But the most popular festival on the island is Sonidos Líquidos, and it takes place in La Jeria, which is the wine growing region. So the landscape is very unique. It's a very sustainable event because the island is very sustainable, but also the place. So we need to keep it the way it is. So that one is very popular, and it has like different types of music.
Okay, great. How long is it?
It's for a weekend,
Okay,
like
cool.
2 days.
Oh, that sounds fun. Debbie's saying in the chat here, she loves Lanzarote. It's been many times with her family.
Oh, lovely.
About Playa Blanca and what there is there, and what kind of the selling points for Playa Blanca. Okay. Oh, we've got some question. Julia's asking, what are the most popular hotels? She's asking specifically about the all-inclusive, or kind of half board, full board, I assume
On
as well.
what basis?
Yeah, what are the most popular choices, I guess?
Yeah,
What do you
I would
prefer?
say that most hotels on Lanzarote are all inclusive, or at least they offer the all inclusive option as well. Um, the most popular resorts are Costa Teguise, Puerto del Carmen, and Playa Blanca, but I cannot really recommend any hotels, I'm afraid, because I work for the tourist board and no, I can't. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. We understand. We
Yeah.
understand. Great. So Daryl's asking about sustainability. I know we covered a bit of Lanzarote sustainable initiatives. Maybe could you recap on that and expand a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, in 1993, we were declared biosphere destination by UNESCO. And, you know, Lanzarote has been a destination that has been working on sustainability projects, strategies, etc., for a really long time. We, at the moment, we are working on many projects on sustainability. We are helping the local companies to find ways to be more sustainable. They are getting the certificate, the officer certificate, the hotels, the local companies, even the car hire companies. We are trying to offer more sustainable cars as well. We are trying to for people to get like the public transport as well, so they don't have to drive on private cars around the island, and yeah, many more.
Great. Talking of public transport, we've also got a question here about that. Is it easy to get around? Kind of what's the buses and train kind of infrastructure like?
Yeah. Yeah, is it easy to get around by public transport on both islands? Yeah, on Lanzarote, you've got plenty of options to get the public transport to get to most of the most beautiful places on the island. And the good thing about the island is that transport times are very short, because the longest trip on the island will be like an hour and 10 minutes from the north to the south.
Okay.
So normally it's between 20 to 30 minutes to travel to this place to the other place. Only if we are gonna go to the Timanfaya National Park, you will have to either have a car or to book an excursion, because it's a national park. But apart from that, you can visit, I would say, almost anywhere on the island by public transport. And the public transport is really affordable, and also even taxis are affordable, so it's easy.
Brilliant. Fantastic news. Janet's asking about climate. I know you said it was sunny there today. How does it vary throughout the year? And are there any months that are better weather-wise? Any months have more rainfall?
Well,
Great.
we normally enjoy warm temperatures all year round, but for example, the good thing about the islands is that it's never too hot in summer, apart from any heat waves, but it's not as hot as in the south of mainland Spain, which gets really, really hot. And it depends on what you're looking for. But for example, September and October are really good months for for enjoying the island with less wind, for example.
Brilliant. Okay. Back to hotels. Are the hotels on Lanzarote mainly 4 and 5 star hotels, or restricted all inclusive?
No, you can choose your basis. So you can either stay only, or with breakfast, or half board, or all inclusive. So you can choose. I would say in most hotels, we've got 5 hotels, but we mainly have 4-star hotels. And then we also have another options like 3 stars hotels, 2 stars, apartments, villas. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Chrissy is online and asking about the tour to the top of the mountain and how much does it cost to do that?
Yeah, I'm not sure at the moment how much it costs, but it's not. Can I check it now?
Yeah, of course you can.
Online.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
sure about the price, but I think it's like 10 euros or something like that. But then the good thing is that the national park, the Fire Mountains, is part of the Art, Culture and Tourism Center. So you can even take like a voucher. So you can choose either 3, 5, or all of them, and then you can pay a special price. So that's good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, I'm checking the price.
While you check, we'll just say hi to
Of the national park. So if you buy just one ticket to the national park, the price is 12 euros.
Brilliant.
And for children between 7 and 12 years old is 6. And then kids from like babies until they are 6 years old is free. But then you can get this voucher and enjoy these special prices.
Great. That's really accessible price then, isn't it? That's fab. Katerina, should we throw some questions to you?
Good morning, everyone. We had a little bit high-tech issue with the background, but all sorted.
No problem at all. We did have one question earlier about how long it takes to get from one end of the island to the other. So, Katerina, how long would it take to drive?
It's a very tricky question because, as you can imagine, we have round island, and in the center of the island there are big mountains, 2,000-meter high. So if you go via motorway on the coastline, it's only half an hour, 40 minutes. Just from north to south, it's 60 kilometers, easy peasy. Many people commute to the work on the daily basis. But if you go through the mountains, which is the most exciting way to see the island, it's a day trip. And even this is what I'm pretending and encouraging, even to do it in 2 steps so you can enjoy more the landscapes, viewpoints, and also the experience in the little villages. But it's perfectly okay to do it in a day trip and to have a lunch. Basically, the idea is you go to the mountains by the lunchtime, you have your lovely lunch, and then do some walk-ins, and then go south and come back via motorway.
Amazing. Thank you, Katerina. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for. There is a question about vegetarian restaurants in the chat there from Vipa. So if Katerina and Aminda could ask you to answer that by typing, that would be great to get the
okay.
And we will move on to the next session on family breaks. Don't forget to answer the questions in the polls tab for the chance to win the break to Spain. And we'll move over now. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.